You can go.
We want to start off by saying thank you to everyone for coming to the 5th year. And I just wanted to share a little bit of the evolution, I guess, of Team Beef for some new people. We have new people every year, and so some people might know. Now that I have the microphone, it might take a long time for me to tell this story. I'll try to keep it short. But so, in 2005, I decided to run the Detroit Marathon, and I was training. And August of 2005, we actually had a birthday party for Jer's son Ryan at our house, and that ended up to be the last time in our family that we actually saw Jer, and then he was deployed. And then in October of that year, I ran the marathon I have absolutely no idea why. I just got it, in my head that I was going to run a marathon. I trained and ran it all by myself, and it was pure hell. And that was Detroit. And it consumed a lot of my brain because I just kept, when you're training for a marathon, you keep figuring out times when you're going to train, how far you're going to train. It just is really mind consuming. And so even though you're present, it just, I don't know how to explain it. But it can be very mind consuming when you're training, especially for your first marathon. You guys think so? You're obsessing a little bit about running marathons? A lot, right? So I ran the marathon, and then Jared called me from Iraq, and we got a chance to talk about me finishing the marathon, and then just a little bit around 2 weeks later was when he was killed on November 2nd, and so sometime in the spring I said to Julie, I think you should run a marathon because I think it will, kind of give you a life preserver, maybe something to hold on to and really sink your teeth into. Is that the words? Yeah. And I didn't press her too hard because, you can kind of peer pressure someone to go to the mall, but you can't really peer pressure someone to run a marathon, or so I thought. Oh my gosh. So we talked back and forth, and then finally she decided to run it, and I had already signed up for the Marine Corps Marathon. She couldn't get in. Do you know this story, Jeanette? Sort of. So she couldn't get in, and that's how we ended up, she found the Injured Marine Fund, and so they signed her up and got her, because the marathon fills up really quickly. So that's how we decided to run the Marine Corps Marathon together, and she had to raise $300 as part of the Injured Marine. It seems so small now. It seemed big then to us, so we're like, let's make t-shirts. So we decided to make some t-shirts with Jer's name, and then just everything sort of grew from there. And we ran in 2006, and Jeanette actually ran with us. So
just the three of us.
and we had shirts printed up. Julie actually had shirts. Did we make t-shirts? We did.
Yeah.
But the shirts we ran in, they were just white shirts, and we had the Gunshot 66 logo. Yeah. And on the back we wrote "Running for Beef."
Yeah. We don't have to go through that.
And we thought that was so cool. I don't know. So we came down with my family, my sister, and we ran. Anyways, I got when I came home, it was Halloween, and Cece always had Cece is one of our neighbors. They don't live by us anymore, but they always had a Halloween party for all of our neighbors at their house. And I was like, oh, you know what? That was kind of easy to peer pressure Julie to run a marathon. I think if I can peer pressure one person to run a marathon, why can't we peer pressure tons of people to do a marathon?
54.
Yeah. So I just wrote Team Beav on the list, and I added names at my own. I just meet up with some people that I thought would run it with me, and they did. They ended up running. But Cece actually, a few days after I came up with this preposterous idea, she came to me and she said, Katie, I'm going to run that marathon with you. And so, and she has, and she's ran 4. Wow. And so we're going to hear from Cece today. But, running a marathon is, what do they say? It's like 2 races or 3 races. I don't even know that saying, but like the first 2. So the first race is getting to the starting line, right? I mean, there's people that signed up to run the marathon and they hurt their knees or get injuries. So getting to the starting line is a huge feat in itself. And then running the marathon is well, someday all of you should experience.
That's true.
That's a
Very
whole
true.
other story
Yeah.
because I'm not an athlete. And here I am running marathons. I don't know. So, but the
Stand up straight.
so what I want, but along with running a marathon, I mean, just getting here is like running a marathon for some people, and so that's why we just really want to say thank you because we know how far it is and how expensive it is and how time-consuming it is, and it's a big deal to be in this room, and we appreciate all of you guys so much. And there are lots of people who have been here before and would love to come back, and they can't for one reason or another. And we know that we have a lot of blessings out, not only in this room, but outside the room. So we're very thankful. And so what Team Beef started off as a way to kind of cope, but it's turned into, and to remember Jer, right? I mean, just having his name was so important to us, and so it's become so much more amazing than we ever imagined, and it's so great to see his name on all these bodies and smiling faces, and so we know that he's being remembered, and it's so great for everybody to get here to remember him. But the other part of it too is just the gratitude that we want to show, to the military. Just make sure, everybody that isn't here, that I don't know, awareness, I guess is what I'm trying to say. We want to raise awareness for the military and the gratitude that we have and share it with as many people as possible. So that's really what we do. So thank you for being here and for all the active duty people that are here too. We all thank you. Former Marines, retired from the Marines. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
And Team Beef is just not just about, we didn't want it to just be about Jared. It is about those who can serve and pay the ultimate sacrifice so that we can raise money for the injured Marines because they need our help. We did just lose a friend in our military family back in California, Jeff Bland, Major Jeff Bland, and his wife is a dear friend of mine. She helped me through when we lost Jer, so now we're helping her, and it's just been a really hard time. He was killed September 19th at Camp Pendleton during a training mission, and they have a 7-month-old baby, Allie, and his name is on our shirt this year, on our rugby shirt. Jeff Bland, and his last name was Bobo. So there he is. And he was killed with Captain Thomas Heidman. So just keep them in your thoughts.
Anyway, I just wanted to tell you about Jeff. And thank you all for being here. It means so much to us. And thank you, Katy, our fearless leader. Thank you. She got Team Beef Incorporated this year. And just, I know we have some new faces, so I'm sorry, but now you are part of our family. We do expect you to come back every year now. Or we'd like you to come back every year, so, anyway, that's all. Thank you.